When the old guy goes out there and sits in a chair and Scott's boyfriend that doesn't like it comes around, he takes his hat and he goes like this. Like you're still here?
I'm craving a hamburger, baby. You want to go with me?
Sure. Can we stop and get some junk food, kitty food?
I guess we can, but I'm not going in.
Okay. I'll go in there.
Busy as fuck.
What?
Walmart's gonna be busy as fuck.
Okay. I've taken my belt fits. It hasn't tried to fall down on me yet. So I'll just wear this. Yeah. Shit.
Should just went without you.
Sorry.
I'll pay for the hamburger.
Okay.
I just want a hamburger anyway. I don't want fries or anything.
Kids came around and played the basketball. Shirley got the cars. She got him into the house. And I told the kids, I said, hey. I said, what do you think about this? And I go, rough. And by the time they figured it out, I said, see, I have a dog barking. He just started looking at me, just started laughing. I thought it was the funniest thing. Rough.
The walk is over.
Huh?
Said our holiday walk is over.
How did it do?
I don't know. We'll find out tonight. Hopefully we passed. If not, they'll do it again. I'm sure we did though.
Well, you guys do a good job over there.
And we just got Thanksgiving coming up, and then the week after that, hell. That's because I gotta go to the doctor. I'm gonna get pissed if I end up with a bunch of fucking bills for this too.
For what?
A, my physical. B, going to see the goddamn doctor to tell me I need to tell me about the colonoscopy. And C, for the colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Right.
That's another reason why I didn't want to go over for a checkup. Like this stupid ultrasound and have to pay for it.
They paid for that. I didn't pay anything out of pocket for that. Insurance covered it.
Cool. So when I flip over the bag of cat food, I'm looking for the one that says chicken on it, correct?
It's 9 lives, I think.
I'll find it. No turn signal. There it is. They have a over at the video from Wanderlust. Towards the end of it, they're in the mountains and it's snowing, but it's raining. And they said, come by you a day like this where you're snowing and raining at the same time. My dad used to say, the devil's beating the hell out of his wife again. That was a little abrupt, I thought.
Yeah.
Apparently, sometimes the wife wins. Okie dokie. You look like they're miserable.
Semi trucks.
Right in front of the police station, right?
No, it's the courthouse.
Oh well. They could call somebody. I think they just don't want too many of them to park there.
That trailer's made to park toys on.
Something.
Well, it's wide enough to where you can park like a snowmobile sideways or a 4x4 or a 4 or whatever.
I ate that big old breakfast, remember? I had that, those 2 sandwiches and I ate them all, so I kind of stuffed myself. Is he trying to live out there, or?
The homeless guy. He's just sitting there eating lunch.
Probably got money.
I doubt it.
Huh?
I doubt it.
Or he's a hiker. He's got his backpack there.
Got a few of them there. Like he's homeless.
Yeah, it sucks.
My problem. I've been homeless.
Order whenever you're ready.
Can I get a triple Dave sandwich? That's it.
Second window.
Really?
She didn't even wait for the fries?
I don't want fries.
You didn't want fries? That's one hell of a save.
Freezer.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like she didn't even take my order.
She might not have.
I got 3 cents.
I don't have any sense.
Jesus fuck, $9 for a goddamn hamburger.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Calling and asking how much burgers cost. Trying to look it up online, see what the burgers cost.
No, that's about right. Because when we get 2 sandwiches and 2 fries, it's $26, $27.
She was rude as hell.
Kind of.
Huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Dressed in a Halloween costume.
Maybe she's dressed as the Grinch.
What kind of life she's leading. have to go here if you don't want to.
Might as well go. Time to eat my hamburger. I'll eat it while you're inside.
That's what I figured. Man, that guy was thumping. Running behind us.
This guy's driving crazy. Driving like a fucking idiot. Everybody fucking driving like idiots this afternoon.
Friday.
I was just thinking of that guy. He had to have come from behind us, the way he zoomed around us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they had to go somewhere close.
I go to the pot shop.
Look at that stuff right there. Got me up here.
You can. Go right over there by the counter.
Rose 426 points, about 1%, to close at 44,296. That is a record. The Nasdaq advanced 31 points, a 10%, to finish at 19,003. And the S&P 500 added 20 points, 0.3%, to end at 59.69. For the week, the Dow gained nearly 2%, the Nasdaq picked up 1.75%, the S&P 500 finished 1.7% higher. Matt Levin just told us about that ChatGPT anniversary. OpenAI is private, but technically public companies in the AI business. NVIDIA lost 3%, Meta retreated 0.7%, Alphabet fell 1.6%, and Amazon shaved off 0.6% after it announced a new $4 billion investment into AI startup Anthropic. Gap surged almost 13% after the clothing retailer boosted its full-year outlook. Department store chain Ross lifted 2% after a quarterly earnings report investors liked. Bond prices rose, the yield on the The 10-year T-note fell to 4.41%. You're listening to Marketplace.
Marketplace is supported by Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort, offering a small ship experience with a shore excursion included in every port and onboard cultural enrichment. Discover more at Viking.com. And by Odoo, management software designed to unite every aspect of business into one simple platform. Odoo aims to take businesses to the next level. ODOO.com. Everything any business will ever need.
Support comes from the Grand Mesa Arts and Events Center in Cedar Edge, presenting the Jingle Mingle online auction, now through December 6th. This is a fundraiser to benefit the center. Learn more at gmaec.org.
I've done stock gifts a couple of times, and pretty simple. I mean, it's really a matter of calling one's broker and indicating that one wants to provide the stock to Colorado Public Radio, and after that it's basically in the hands of the brokers, and it's done. I'm Buzz Fisher, and I've been a long time supporter of Colorado Public Radio. It's a gem, and if I wanted to pay for something that I back, I hope you'll join me. Just go to cpr.org.
This is Marketplace. I'm Kristen Schwab. There is a real shortage of medical workers in this country. We need more dentists and physicians and nurses, and specifically nurse midwives. These are registered nurses who have graduate level training and provide pregnancy care, including delivering babies, mostly in hospitals. In California, there's just one school training nurse midwives. The only other program in the state has paused admissions as it shifts to a doctoral degree program, which requires significantly more training. The move worries maternal care advocates because they say the change will make training longer and more expensive at a time when access to care is dwindling. From LA's LEU reports.
The room is buzzing at the Women's Health Simulation Lab at Cal State Fullerton. That's because today everyone gets their own anatomic model of a pelvis and a baby head.
Pelvis out.
Professor Angela Sajovi is teaching a class to midwives in training. She holds up an example pelvis and mimics how a baby moves through the birth canal.
Go through that mechanism of labor with your baby ending.
Today, the class is learning about the first stage of labor. Last week, students practiced catching babies with a mannequin in a birthing bed. Next week, they'll learn how to suture using foam and raw chicken for practice. Student Janine Ruiz says it's a sort of hands-on experience that helped her choose the school's program.
We got to practice, like, how do we position our hands, and it's not a person, it's a mannequin, so if we mess up, if we drop the baby, it's okay. Nobody's getting hurt. I couldn't imagine my first experience of this being at the bedside. That would be terrifying.
Ruiz and other students are training to be certified nurse midwives. Studies have shown that being cared for by a midwife has led to fewer C-sections and fewer preterm births, but only about 12% of births in the U.S. are attended by a midwife. So Jovi, the professor, says midwives can fill a critical gap as the country faces a shortage of thousands of maternal care providers.
So we need more people providing care for women. Nurse midwives are very capable to provide this care.
But Cal State Fullerton only graduates about 10 to 12 midwives a year, and now it's the only master's level program left in the state training these nurses. This year, the other program in California, UC San Francisco, passed admissions to switch to a doctoral program. So Jovi says that will make it harder, especially for people of color, to enter the workforce.
So it is difficult to look for people of color. Now we're going to increase the amount of you're going to be in school and the amount of money you're going to pay.
Because midwives play an important role in the Black maternal health crisis, where Black birthing parents are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related complications.
For us to be able to start really changing the data on the differences between care, the people to do it are the nurse midwives, and those are the people we have less of practicing.
The The doctoral program at UCSF will cost around $150,000, nearly $90,000 more than the master's program. It'll also be longer by 6 quarters. The school says the shift is part of a national movement to change advanced nurse degrees to doctoral ones and will better prepare graduates with more expertise as they navigate a complex healthcare landscape. Students can take classes in things like health policy, leadership, and healthcare innovation. But the American College of Nurse Midwives is opposed to a doctoral requirement. Jim Love is past president of the group. He says there's no evidence that a higher degree increases the ability to safely provide care as a midwife.
You may want to do a post-master's doctoral degree if you want to teach, if you want to build your resume to go into administrative leadership, but not the practice.
She says at a time when the maternal health care crisis is so pressing, schools need to make programs more accessible. In California alone, nearly 50 maternity wards have closed over the last decade. In Los Angeles, I'm Ellie Yu for Marketplace.
I was just a kid when Tickle Me Elmo broke Black Friday, but I still somehow remember all the news reports of shoppers causing an absolute frenzy to get their hands on the toy. Well, a lot has changed since then about how we shop, but Black Friday, which is 1 week from today, it's still the biggest shopping day of the year, and it requires a lot of prep for retailers, especially if you're one selling what's at the top of every kid's list. That's the setup for today's installment of our series, My Economy.
I'm Stevie Bell.
And I'm Amanda Calhoun. We are co-owners of Fantasy Island Toys in Fairhope, Alabama, and we're sisters. We had known before we went into business together that we wanted to own a business together. So when we found out in 2021 that Fantasy Island Toys, a children's toy store, was coming for sale, we knew that we had to figure out how to purchase this business.
Amanda's kids shopped here growing up, and in my quest to be the best aunt that I could be, I certainly shopped in this store for my nieces and nephews prior to us buying it. This store is a landmark in the city of Fairhope, and it's really an honor to be able to continue its legacy.
So far, we are off to a great holiday season. We have definitely picked up in the past, I would say about 2 weeks. With Thanksgiving
Come on,
being
baby.
a week later, we're seeing people like having a little bit slower start to the season. But like I said, in the past 2 weeks, we have definitely picked up, and people are starting to think about Christmas and holiday shopping.
That's right. I mean, as a toy store, fourth quarter is absolutely